Hi, this is Carrie with Apollos Consulting, and we're starting a little thing called Everyday Parables. So, some of the lessons that the Bible teaches us, how God speaks to us in our everyday, because He does. He does speak to us in our everyday. It's just learning to listen, and He talks to us each differently. So, it's learning to listen how He talks to you, to discern the voice of God and the teachings that He gives us. But today it's on pruning, and I don't know what season you're in, but I'm coming out of I don't know I'm coming out. I guess coming out, but a season of pruning. And before really understanding what it meant, I just thought that's awesome. The Lord prunes us. It is awesome. I should say, and it is awesome that He prunes us. And it also hurts. And it's also stretching. And we also, don't understand sometimes. So I'm going to read you the parable or the passage, and then kind of let you know how God was just giving me this reminder daily. So this is in John 15:1. Jesus says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me, and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples." So the pruning, the purpose is to bear much fruit. It's not purposeless, and it's not by chance, but it's done by somebody who loves us so much. But the everyday analogy or parable that the Lord was giving me in this was my daughter gets huge snarls in the back of her hair. So every morning we have to brush them out, and it's just kind of this. I don't know. It's a fight, not because she doesn't want it, but because it hurts. And so I was brushing her hair, and every once in a while, you hit that right spot, that snarl, and she'll kind of reach back and reach to hit me or just scream, "Ouch!" or and it was just like, oh my goodness, that's what I do with the Lord. He hits these places in my heart that hurt, that I'm not maybe ready for Him to change or to move because I'm scared. I'm hurt, whatever the reason might be, and I might not have even known that spot was there. We're just going along, and all of a sudden it's hit, and my first reaction can be to kind of reach back and hit and be like, "Stop, don't touch that," which was my daughter's. When I would pull it, when that snarl would get pulled, it was stop. And she, what I had to tell her was that I know that it hurts. But if we don't get this snarl out, it's going to get bigger, and it's going to hurt even more. And when I told her that, it was just like I could hear the Lord telling me the same thing. If He doesn't get these things out of us, they just get bigger. They just hurt even more. And so it's just with such a loving heart that He prunes us and that He grows us. Just remembering that the goal is not for us to stay stagnant, not to stay who we were or even who we are, but continue to be grown into the likeness of God for the Father's glory, to bear much fruit. There's goodness at the end of pruning. But in the process, it might hurt, and we might want to tell God to stop, that it's painful, and that area is just too sensitive. But I pray that when we remember that when we remain in Him, He's remaining in us, and it's not by our own strength that we sustain the pruning, but it's by His, and He knows just how much to do. but you might not look good for a little bit. And that's okay. That's part of the process. So hang in there. And then just this, remembering that when he's the pruner, just reading the story of the disciples rowing on the boat in a storm, and Jesus walks to them on water, and he says, "Don't be afraid. It is I." And I think we can remember the same thing when we're being pruned and it hurts, and we maybe can't see the way through it, or sometimes even what we're learning at the very beginning. But that we can remember that it is him, and we don't have to be afraid. So may you be encouraged in your pruning, however you look during that process, and stay the course, and ask somebody to pray for you through it, because we need each other as we're going through those times. All right, thanks. Bye.